Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf Live here. Just got finished talking about the Capitals last night and how they fought their way to victory, and they really did. Now, I'm off that subject. Parade coming soon. I'm hoping it's on a Saturday so I can get down there and really get some video in. What I may do, I might do some interviews with people. I'm gonna try to anyway. I'm going to attempt to. I can't promise you anything, but either way, I'm gonna get some video out here, include some raw video footage of the Caps celebration. Yeah, exclusively from yours truly. Well, sort of, but I'm gonna try to get it nevertheless, including some of the local feeds from down here as well. All right, guys. Something was on my mind today, man. This is off subject. I noticed that black people, when we talk to each other, is one thing. And it could be about the same subject. But if you talk to somebody white, and I'm not being racist about it, I'm just being honest. If you talk to somebody white about the same subject, it's a completely different story, and you do it completely differently from what you would if you talk to somebody black. This I know for a fact. All right, y'all bad about that. I had experience one time or recently where somebody I know was talking about a subject to white people regarding me. They didn't come directly to me about it, but they went about it a different way when it got to me. You know, and it's not the first time they did that. Y'all go around and make conversations with white people, and you talk to them in a different tone than you would if you talk to somebody black. When you come to somebody black, and for some reason you won't try to have that same meaning you would if you talk to somebody white. Because I've experienced that. You know, which is the reason why I don't fool a lot of people, period. You know, and not that I don't want to be bothered with people. I'm tired of it, about to come on. It's just that people, you know, will take your kindness for weakness sometimes, and I get to a point I get fed up with that mess. I honestly do. You know, I try to explain it to some people, but some people just don't get it. Some people just don't get it and may not ever get it. Especially when I explain it to them. Not sure why. I ain't worried about it. I'm worried about only one thing besides myself giving all praise to God. Me, myself, and I. You know, I was telling somebody earlier, a church can be anywhere you want it to be. You got people, street preachers, who preachers in church all the time, preach at church all the time, on the street. You know, and somebody was saying, well, Jesus said, come to my house. Right. Now, let me explain that to you, because the interpretation where Jesus said, come to my house, doesn't necessarily mean come to the church. Jesus, if you notice, in a lot of pictures and on books, paintings, drawings, movies, and television, where did Jesus teach a lot of his churches at? Where did he talk about different things at? Outside. Many of the stuff that he did was not inside of a synagogue or a sanctuary per se. He did it outside. He sure did. He did it outside, out in the open, for everybody to gather around. Okay? My full interpretation for me about Jesus, when Jesus said, come to my house, come into the realm of me, of what I'm about, of what I have to offer to you, or what I have to teach you, salvation. That's part of what he's talking about. Matter of fact, that's mainly what he's talking about. coming to my house. You know, they want to say they were, of course, church people want to reference to it being about what they believe, not about the truth. You know, but you can't sit there and say what Jesus meant church as a physical church, but yet people say, well, you can have church anywhere. So which one is it? See, this is kind of the contradiction that I have with churches. You can't sit there and take the same meaning to mean two different things. It's either going to mean one or the other. You know? But it's always their interpretation and not what it really was intended to be interpreted as. It's like that all the time. I say that all the time. You know? So, I'm going to talk more about it. I want to get a panel discussion about the church. Those who are in and those who are not into it that much. And I'm going to try to get one going as soon as I can. It's not that I don't believe in church. It's not I don't believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ. It's not that I don't believe in it. Some of the things I have problems with is some of the things that's being done in church. You know, some of the things that I've seen in church and some things that I've heard about in church from many churches. Okay? Every church that I've been to, at least the ones that I've been to, have had controversies. Okay? So it's not like every church is perfect. And that I do know. A lot of them aren't. Okay? The churches I went to before I started back going to church had a lot of issues. They had some controversies in that. You're not going to get away from controversy. You know. The thing of it is, though, you don't have to be part of it if you don't want to be. You know, you can actually have your personal relationship with God whether you're in church or not. People do it every day. People do it every day. You know. And I was doing it even when I wasn't going to church. I kept a personal relationship with God. You know. Not as strong as I wanted to be, but I do plan on getting it stronger than ever because I want to be able to have that personal relationship. They always talk about, well, when you do this in that church and you do that, you need to know God. You're okay. Well, let me know Him for myself by getting myself back into the Word, which I do plan on doing. I mean, I'm doing that. I'm gonna do that anyway. You know, but you don't need to solely depend on the church to give it to you. You can do it yourself. Because if you depend on the church to give it to you, you're only going to be based on what they tell you every week instead of what you need to know every night. You know? For yourself. But I'm going to get into more about it. I got some things I got to take care of regarding a couple things I'm dealing with right now. I mean, it's nothing really major on my part, but I'm just to a point now, and I did it for 6 years. Somebody tell me, oh, well, you was in there and out of there. That's when I ain't in and out of nothing. But, you know, first of all, I was at 6 years. Okay, you got some people don't even be there 6 months, let alone 6 days. I did it for 6 years. So I put a lot of time into it. And I gave, and I put a lot into it. So no one could ever tell me, oh, I didn't put anything in it. That's a bunch of BS. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing half of what I was doing now. So, you know, but it's always something somebody try to convince you that you're wrong about instead of them seeing what you're right about. Or what you made an effort about doing, which I did. There's no question about that. But somebody's going to always try to make you wrong about something, no matter how much you try to do. That's been my life story. You know, you guys know about that. I tried, you know, same thing when I lived at home. Same thing when I was in church up there. All of that. Somebody always going to try to make you wrong about doing the right thing, no matter what you try to do. Basically, you can't win. You cannot win. No matter what, you cannot win. Did I say you cannot win? You cannot win. Period. But I am excited about doing my music. I'm going to start working on it tonight. And yes, I'm going to work on it right through the weekend. And right through maybe sometime Monday. Because part of what I want to do with my music is talk about my stories, my personal struggles, you know, with family and religion and stuff like that. And my music is going to have some gospel influence. That's my intention. That's my intention. You know, I know that I have a calling to sing, and I have a calling, definitely have a calling to sing about spirituality and life, and I do want to continue to do that, and I'm going to continue to do that. Mark my word on that one. And that's the reason why I'm trying to desperately get my music back in, my music grind. Yeah, I'm still going to do some hip hop and some R&B, whatever, but I'm definitely going to make it more of a. There's a thing called Sunday Brunch that they do here locally on WHUR radio down here. There is an app for that, by the way. WHUR radio on iTunes. Not it's iTunes. No, in the Apple Store. It is available if you want to hear it. Sunday morning. I think it's Sunday morning. Is it Sunday Morning Joy? Yeah, Sunday morning. I know it's a Sunday Morning Joy and a Sunday Brunch, and they play music that actually has that's maybe R&B or jazz flavored tinges of gospel in it. And I know several songs like that, and there are several artists that do that too. But I want to be right along that line eventually one day. You know, even if I'm just doing it on a local level, but I do want to do it. That's one of my goals. Real talk. You know, I know some people are. How you gonna bring hip hop to gospel? There are artists that do. There are gospel artists that are in the hip hop that goes that route. I know this for a fact because I bought a few of them. I bought a few of them albums. You know, and that's actually the route that I do want to go. You know, but no one can ever tell me that you can't have can tell me that you need to have a personal relationship with God in the church. No, you can have a personal relationship with God outside the church. You can actually teach yourself the Bible yourself without anybody having to tell you what's in it. Because if you're relying solely on somebody to just tell you what's in it, and you can still read and do everything, and you have your faculties, then you're not really getting nothing out of it. And that's why I was telling somebody, I said, you know what? The last 2 years, I felt like there's an emptiness inside me when I go to church. Even when I'm praising the Lord, even when I'm reading Sunday school lessons, even when I'm singing, I feel an emptiness inside. I don't feel a fulfillment. You know, I feel like something's missing. And my missing for me is maybe partly my personal relationship with God and my personal understanding of God. Those are the two things that are missing. And I know some of y'all gonna say, well, you can go to Bible study for that. Well, I could. I might even start going back to that. But as far as anything else, as far as getting involved in a church, big church functions and put my hands in it, I'm done. I'm so done. Real talk. Especially the regular stuff. I'm done. That I am done with. I ain't done with nothing else but that. But I ain't gonna let nobody dictate me about what I need to be doing or where outside of that. Real talk. More on that later. I got a podcast coming up, a couple of them this weekend I'm hoping to get into. I really do need to get into, among other things. Alright guys, this is DJ Wolf. I am out.